We're
Action.
rolling.
We're rolling.
Hi everyone, I'm Laura,
I'm Steph.
and welcome into Sister Circle Podcast.
Welcome,
The
welcome.
circle where as women we share,
Learn,
grow,
heal.
and thrive together.
Acknowledge the traditional owners of the Gadigal land from the Eora Nation on which we are recording today. I'd like to pay my respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Life is good. Life is giving. It's serving.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Life is serving. Yeah, life is good. I just think the way that I've decided to approach life in the past couple of weeks has been to, first of all, listen to my intuition, which is what I've been doing. Yeah, and that's been going really well for me. And becoming a conduit to my own life.
Okay, what does that like? Can you speak a bit more about that?
Yeah, like just as in, you know what they say is what you think about is what you experience. Like your life is evident of your consciousness. So what you believe, what you think about is what you see. So life is just mirroring whatever the state of your consciousness is. I've been really looking into that. I've been being and becoming more deliberate or even observant about my thinking, my thought patterns, just trying to redirect them and changing it in a way that I actually get to experience and live life how I want it to live in life. Yeah, so that's what my last 2 weeks has been like.
Okay, and not possible to have some concrete example of the fruit of it,
Well,
or
a lot of it is work related, especially because at the moment I don't even have a team anymore with the salon, but I generally work by myself. So before a new financial year, I have to do is I have to set a new target for myself, how I'm going to do it, really examine how I didn't meet the target last year, although I beat last year's take, but I didn't meet the target and just really just evaluate, examine why that was. And I think a lot of it has to do with my own thinking. Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Yeah. How are you?
I am good as I can be, even though I'm currently going through renovation, so not much sleep, and I'm still looking for a job. Like I wasn't expecting to be looking for a job for like that long. For me, it feels like it's been a bit too long.
I thought you were having a break, to be honest.
Mm, yeah, like the break is renovation, but like I would like to once my renovation are done, like I can just go back to work, and I want to like secure my next job
All right. Yeah.
already.
What I meant was I thought you were having a break and then start to look for a job.
Oh no.
Yeah. I like it towards,
I did when I
yeah.
was in France. Before going to France, I think when we were like having like women in career, I started looking for a job really casually, and then like I got all those interviews, and it was a bit overwhelming for me because I wasn't really looking. I was just browsing. So I was just like, okay, let me pause. I don't want to grade all my opportunity.
Yeah.
And then I came back from France. I got a bit sick and I had to like deal with some other stuff. So I put it on the side. And I was still working. It's just been like now. Actually, it's been 3 days that I'm not working anymore. I just realized I'm officially like out of job since Monday, which has been 3 days. And now like I'm actually actively looking, and then I was just expecting that it would be like 3-4 months ago when I was just browsing that I would have like all those callback and all those interviews, and it's not happening yet. So I'm just waiting for it. So that's why, and like I'm thinking about like all those bills that are coming up.
Be glad for the Lord has sent you them bills and say, thank you, universe, for these beautiful bills, and thank you for the money I have to pay these bills.
True, but thank you, universe, to giving me the job for me to be able to pay those bills. I thank you, universe, in advance.
What was it the other day when you were paying that? What was it? the cancel rate or something.
Yeah.
You're like,
No,
thank you.
the strata.
No, the cancel rate for Queensland. For
Oh,
boys.
that was yesterday.
Yeah. When you
yeah.
were like, when I was like, say thank you, did you have thank you? You were like, thank you. You were like,
I was like, thank you. And I think it's like, it's not well done because like my bills for these are like, I have the strata bills, I have the rate bills, and I have the water bill, and they all arrive once. Like normally all of that you have like every 3 months.
Yeah.
And then like one arrive 1 month, so the one the second month, and over the
Oh,
third
because
month.
so basically the new bills now has made it that they're coming.
I have the water bill 1 month. The next month I have the strata bill, and then the next month the.
So the quarter is coming in consecutive months.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, like thank you, universe, to giving me all those bills. But I will thank you even more if you give me the ability to pay for those bills.
Well, you have the ability to pay it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's where you have to start. You have to start with what you have. Because if you think I don't have, do you know there's a passage in the Bible that says, for those who have, more will be added to them, and those who don't have, even the little that they have will be taken away.
Yeah.
So you have to be like, I have all this money.
Yeah. Let me live in my delusion face. I have the money.
But you have got the money.
I know.
Yeah.
I do. But I want more. So thank you, universe, for my future job.
So every time you look at your bank account, you go, oh my God, I have a lot of money.
I do.
Yeah. That's that's the secret to the universe. I have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then more money comes.
Just for the one that are just joining us, if you're new here, welcome in our circle.
Welcome.
We run series where we go through different type of topic for women related. We are just kicking out on this new series, which is women and friendship. So one series is actually 4 episodes, so across 4 weeks. For episode 1 and 2, Steph and I, we introduce the topic and dive into that. Episode 3, we have our guest spot. Generally, we have either an expert or someone that has a great story related to the topic. And then finally, the episode 4, which is a pulse, where we summarize a little bit what's happening in our life, but also the key takeaway from the series. And hang on there and enjoy the content.
Yeah. So today we are talking about friendship. And just like the last series, if this triggers you, do look after yourself.
It was not supposed to be a trigger warning. We didn't have that in the run sheet, but I love that.
Yeah, if this triggers you, just take a breather and stop the podcast and take care of yourself.
But for this, actually, like I think it's mostly the episode 2 that is going to be a bit more triggering. Like while like this episode, what we want to cover is really why women need friendship, or we form friendship as kids, but also like navigating that as adult, especially when like we move abroad or we are in a new environment. And then what makes female friendship unique and so beautiful as well. And then we will start slightly on the triggering part, on the unspoken rules of friendship. And like the emotional contracts that sometimes are underlying in friendship.
So where do we want to start?
I think I want to start about the why. Why do you think it's so important?
I don't seek out friendship. It happens organically. And it has to be important because we need to coexist. We need to exist in group to have a healthy balance of life. But I do think that friendship are very important to have people to bounce off ideas. Where friendship were really important for me were in my teenage years. My ex-boyfriend was talking about how he's been friends with somebody since he was 5 years old. No, I don't have that. I still know them, but I don't think I counted it like that friends since I was 5 years ago. Anyway, I did a lot of moving around. So where it was really significant for me was teenage years, because that was my formative years in terms of identity, and the fact that we could reflect on, we were using each other to really find like, what do I like, what do we like, like, nobody was an expert at it. Nobody had one particular taste, whether it was music, men, or clothes, fashion, or whatever. It was just really looking into each other to trying to mold yourself, your identity. While if you live in an African household, they're trying to fucking lock you down and be like, that friend is not good for you. And I'm like, no, but she is good for me. I like her. In reflecting back to it, my teenage years, that's when female friendship for me was really, really important.
Like, I feel like, as a kid, like, friendship just happened. I don't think that there was really intention except to just have friends to play with. It was about, like, just, having those connections there. Like, it was a matter of, like, right time, right place. Let's play together. Today, I'm really
What, as a
intentional.
teenager?
No, as a kid, as a kid,
No, as a kid, yeah, as a kid, from when I remember, I just remember having friends automatically. Even my earliest memories, 3 years old. Those ones were just playing. My adolescence, that's when I understood the importance of friendship. I mean, when you're a teenager, you're fancying boys, you're talking about boys, you're talking about clothes, you like this music. There's so much bouncing back, and then you're distinguishing what I like and what they like, to be able to even distinguish myself from, no, I won't do that. I won't do that. This is why I didn't even understand why my family would talk about bad influence, because I'm like, I'm not going to do what they're doing just because I hang out with them.
yeah, no, but I understand, like, and growing up as well, with hindsight now, I realize I understand where she was coming from, but I had my mom was being really, really, really careful about who I was hanging out with.
Yeah, but what I was saying, it wasn't, because every time a parent tells me that bad influence, wrong crowd, no. If your child is doing that, they're the wrong crowd. Somebody else's parent is also thinking that they're the wrong crowd, right? When I smoked cigarette, it was voluntary. I was maybe 12 or 13. I wanted to try it, and I thought, disgusting. And I stopped. When I
What do you
tried,
mean? You smoked cigarette for years, you told me.
yeah, that's when I was 18. I started smoking for years. But when I tried cigarette for the first time for like a week, where I was hanging around with these smokers, and I was like, no.
I always had a tribe around me. I always had, like, yeah, really organically, we had this group of friends. We were in the same class. It was really mixed. It was with a lot of guys. Like, I was really friend with a lot of guys. I had maybe 1, 2 female friends that would be like my best friend, and she's still in like
See,
20,
I never had any guy friends.
20 years later. Oh, that's...
Yeah, I never
Are you
had any.
sure? Never have any guy friend?
Not like, I didn't see them as my friends. I see them as the people I knew.
I had, like, my first encounter of intentional friendship, I would say, would be male friendship, because I was around male all the time, especially like at school. I would have like maybe one female friends, not one. I would have like, my best friend and another best friend. Like, I just have those female friendship just to like ground me and have my female energy. But mostly, like, I will say I will have a tribe of male friends, and I still have them until today.
No, any male friendship had always had the potential to turn into
Hey,
not
no.
that.
Hey,
So
that's disgusting. Why do you think you need...
yeah,
those
well, I was going to say
friendships
that because even the way that we dated was done in groups of boys, in group of us. Like, that's how we would meet guys for the first time, right? So we would go, if somebody chatted us up and got on one of our numbers, the way that we'll go and meet up with them, it won't, obviously we'll spend time alone with the guys, but the initial meetup is usually in, you bring 5 of your friends, I've got 5, there's 5 of us. Like, we met up that way. That's how we dated as teenagers.
I think, like, for me, like, nothing to do with men in like a like forming my intentional friendship. Being a teenager, we were just going through life together. Like, like, it
Well,
was
that's
just
part of life.
it was, yeah, but like, I never dated through my friends.
Not through. We
No, but
did it
like,
together. The intention wasn't even safety or anything like that. We did because we could really speak about the things. Like a friend of mine would come and confide in me that she was losing her virginity. And sharing those type of tips. Getting the morning after pill if you've had an accident, going to the sexual clinic with each other. We kind of just took care of each other in that way.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like we were caring for each other, definitely. But I had one friend, I have to admit, she was a bit like, like in advance compared to the rest of us. So then like she was having sex and then she got pregnant and she even got STI and all those things. So
Yeah.
we were going to the center, like with her, getting condoms or things like that. Or even like abortion. I was friends with people like me, elder sisters that were carer. So guys, like they came, of course, they came into question, but like it was a lot about like like caring for our family. Some of us had some young brothers, and then like where we were living. How do we make sure that like we keep our brothers like focused and they don't hang out with the right people? That's why like I cannot relate at all when you talk to me about like
Yeah. For
the
us,
boy.
it was that. I mean, when I was in my teenagers, as I can remember it, when my family also tried to put me in that, you need to babysit for us and stuff. I was not interested in that.
Well, like
I was
I
like,
was not
no.
interested either, but I didn't have a choice.
I was like,
But like
no.
what was really interesting is that this was my daily life. Like like
Yeah.
it will always be about like studying, doing something for our family, and then I would have my mom popping into me like, oh yeah, boys, be careful, boys. Well, like it wasn't even like the thing in question. Like it was not.
It comes naturally, isn't it? Because you're going for puberty and your hormones, maybe because you were conditioned differently. Because for me, it was a natural occurrence. Of course, I was very careful in going all the way through, as we discussed in like relationship, because I could already see how the power dynamic were different with boys sometimes, especially when you really got to like them. And I saw some of my friends who lost their virginity early, how emotionally attached they became to that. So I didn't want to be dependent in that way. So but I got to learn from my friends when they did it, and we would talk about it. We'll have depth conversation about sex and how was it for you? Oh my God. Even if somebody had tips on kissing, magazines would be reading together like tips on kissing.
That's so interesting because like that wasn't what we were talking about, discussing about at all. Those type of discussion that happen a bit more like when I get a bit older, entering and embracing womanhood. I would have those conversation with my friend around like sex, what do we do, and things like that. But no, not as a teenager. I don't think we will talk about like oh, he'd send me a text, he did this, he did that. But yeah, I feel like we were like more like into studying together, and then like trying to like tackle life together. What's
But
happening?
what life as a as a
Yeah,
teenager?
family. Like I'm telling you, like I was like, it's just talking with you. I just realized, okay, I was hanging out with like same type of people than me. A lot of carers. But like I'm thinking of Fanta, I'm thinking of Leslie. They're all like, oh, I have to take care of my little brothers. I have to go get my brother at school. I have to now, as a woman, clearly like there always been intention as long as I became like like really cautious of it, like since teenager age. As a woman now, my intention with friendship are really really clear, and like I'm really selective with my friends, and like not that I cannot be around a crew. Like I'm really social, I'm a really extrovert, I draw my energy from people, and sometimes I think for people it can be a bit disturbing to see this kind of contradictory phase with me, because
Contradictory how?
I can be with a group of people, like, and I love like being really social, and I like to do things, parties, and invite a lot of people, having dinners. But like the people that I'm gonna be friend with, I'm gonna tell you what's happening in my life, I'm really selective with, even though like I'm talking on a public platform at the moment, telling all my stuff. The more I became an adult, it takes me less of the time, but I just I just go with my intuition. I always know. I always know when, okay, I meet someone, I'm going to be a really good friend with this person. When I think about it, I wasn't even friends with my sisters. I became friends with my sisters when we became adult.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, like I was, mom is a bit it's a bit a big word, but something kind of similar. Like sisterhood was really with my friends. Like,
Yeah.
we will watch movie, we will talk about
Yeah,
things.
that's what I'm saying. Sisterhood was really with my friends, and that was adolescence. And we had laughters because a lot of them were quite reserved about, they were very shy about their periods. I remember a friend of mine whose mother passed away. So she lived with her uncle, and they used to be so shy about their periods and stuff. And I would just be so open, and I'd be like, no, what? We don't have to be shy about our period. This is natural. Because if they could have had confetti for my period when I started, they would have had confetti. So I guess I brought that to two of my friends who lost their mothers. Just share little tips on that.
As adult, what do you get from your friendship?
Oh, I get a lot of things from my friendship. It means a lot to me, actually, because friendship has the tendency to be fractured, like any close relationship. Deep betrayal happens, and it happens a lot of the time due to people's own insecurity about something. So even from adolescence, I experienced that with my friendship, where people had certain insecurities which led them to a level of betrayal, meaning like kissing your boyfriend or something like that. Which as a teenager, I was just like, okay, I'm done with them anyway. I'm done with them. Not the friend. I never took away the friend, because with this particular friend, it happened that she did confess to me, so she didn't lie to me, and there was a confusion of how do I even take that. But there was a part of me that understood that she also had some insecurities about her, which that level of attention gave her something. So I was like, all right, fine, you can have it. But the guy, I was like, no, and I wasn't angry at him. I still spoke to him. I just couldn't. Ugh, it just made me sick afterwards. But it definitely did fracture that friendship, even though it took a long time for it to completely collapse. But I just don't believe in somebody that doing something, betraying you in that way. And it doesn't matter how open and honest you have the conversation. No, that relationship had fractured. And then if that obviously followed other betrayal, which are things that I saw as betrayal at the time. So
But what does that mean for you as an adult?
it means that I had to become very, no, I wouldn't say even careful, because I had to put into consideration human nature. Every time I experienced betrayal, whether it was from friendship, whether it was from a guy or family members, I always knew that it came from a place of lack or insecurity, because otherwise, why would you? So, but because I know that, I understand that as a human ability. A lot of the time I know the signs earlier. You can see it in the people earlier, and then you just know that these people probably have the potential to do that, because
Yeah,
normally
I
you see
agree.
it that they do it with on other people, and then you think like, oh, okay, this can happen, but it doesn't mean that I don't get any quality thing, because for me, the friendship doesn't have to last forever for it to be important to
Yeah.
me. So I would still enjoy it for the moment that
Yeah.
it is, until it fractures.
There is a few things that you said. So, like now growing up, I still have male friendship because like I have sustained my friendship from when I was a teenager. So then those friends are still there, but I get along even better with their girlfriends or their wife. But now I'm focusing more on like developing my female friendship. For me, now it became my lifeline, kind of. This bond that is really like like it's supporting me. I think I kind of had that when I was a teenager, but now, literally, like I'm going through some hurdle or things like that. I know I have my people that I can rely on, and I can be completely open and I can be myself. I cannot even imagine, like, I can imagine my life without a man. No, not really, because there's some needs. But Without my girlfriend, absolutely not. I won't be able to survive.
There's this thing that I think in the last maybe 10, 12 years, I've learned this phrase of be your own best friend.
Yeah.
As much as I've had good friends, really good friends, I know a lot of people, but I wouldn't say everybody is my friend. But
Yeah.
everyone has the potential to be my friend, my close friend in a season. But I'm always like, it has to develop serious. It has to take time. Yeah. So because I know that I am my own best friend, I don't have a problem with carrying out
Yeah.
friendship.
You also mentioned that betrayal. That's interesting because me, every time I'm listening to some people telling me like, "Hey, that was my best friend, she kissed this guy that I was with," and I'm like, this for me, this is mad and I cannot comprehend.
No, it
And
definitely can't happen now.
and not that I'm saying that, not even in the past, like at least in the way that I choose my friendship, I have absolutely 150% trust that those kind of things could not happen. That's gonna sound mad, but I can imagine my best friend sleeping with my man and nothing happened. Like I wouldn't even, well, I didn't want to put them in this position. Like why would they? But if that would have to happen, I wouldn't think that, oh, okay, something is going to happen between them, because at least I have like total faith in my best friend, like best friend I'm talking. And then when I heard that those betrayal happen, I'm always so like flabbergasted, because I'm just like, what? I'm not saying that we cannot have like a, like fight and things like that. I definitely fought with my girlfriends, especially because like I have a big mouth. So, and I'm quite confrontational. But I wouldn't think about betrayal. But definitely like, and something that you said that was quite interesting. You said like you see, and today like definitely I see. There is a girl that I met 2 3 years ago, lovely, lovely. Like, I get to learn to know her. We were traveling to Cuba. After we talk, I realized, okay, this girl, she dates few months, like she dates men that are already in relationship. That didn't happen only once, happened twice, 3 times. And then me, I was seeing someone at the time. I was like stigmatized by the guy. And I remember like she was supposed to come visit in Australia, and she said, oh, I would love to meet him, like maybe me too as well. And I'm just like, I remember thinking, no, like that's mad, that's mean, because like I don't think like she would have done something, but I wasn't having this faith of trust with her. Which means that, you can recognize as an adult as well when, okay, there is some limit and boundaries to this friendship as well.
Like for me, it's definitely been that if somebody can do something to somebody, they can do it to me. But with betrayal, I don't mean just with boyfriends or husbands or anything like that. I mean, there's different ways that people can betray you. And they may not even see it as betrayal. For them it's just completely normal, but for me it's like no.
Yeah. Yeah, and that also show how you connect with your friends in terms of your values, right? Like I know, like for example, with this girl in question, that came up a lot. And today we are not talking. There's a reason for that. Every time we will talk, because she will still talk about this guy, and I would just be like, I wouldn't entertain that, because like it's really against my value, and I don't believe that, well, like, the hurt is doing whatever. No, I believe that there is control that we can have. And
But also some people don't see that there's anything
wrong with it.
wrong with that. So for me, that's not even my thing. If somebody goes with married men, it's not necessarily because some people have different beliefs.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a value system, right? That's your value. And like it's even talking to you and rehearsing those conversations, I realized, okay, yeah, like there's a different value system in here. And that's why this friendship can go until to certain point, and wouldn't be like, like I wouldn't be able in my life to call her like my best friend. at some point. Even if, like, I think outside of it, she has a lot of really good quality. You know, like she's not a bad person.
Yeah.
Also, you know that about people, like, or they are with money, or they're not really reliable. And sometimes you just accept that from your friends, like I'm always late. Well,
Yeah, you just accept it, and then you there's certain things that if it's with money, like I just won't borrow you money.
exactly.
Like, I
That
just
ex-
know that
ex-
you're not gonna pay me back.
Exactly.
Unless I want to give you the money, I'm not gonna borrow you money because I know you. I mean, that's something that I've practiced. My family were my first teacher of that, so I already know that already, like from them. Like if I notice something, a characteristic that you have, I would be the idiot to do it. There's this story about the Scorpio and the frog. The Scorpio's trying to cross the pond or something, and the frog, and he asked the frog to give him a lift on his back, and the frog goes, "No, you're a Scorpio. You're gonna sting me." And he goes, "No, why would I want to sting you? I need you to carry me across." No, you're gonna sting me, and he goes, "I'm not gonna sting you because if I sting you, that will be stupid because I need to go across." And the Scorpio and the frog goes, "Okay, you can hop on my back." The frog gets this trying to carry the Scorpio across, and the Scorpio stings the frog, and the frog goes, "Why did you sting me?" And he goes, "Because I'm a Scorpio."
I love this story. Yeah.
Right. Right. So that is how I see it. I don't even blame them. A lot of the time I just think it is me. This person already showed themselves to me.
Yeah.
And for me to think that I'm going to turn them, it's on me.
Not even turn them, but like for you to think that it's not gonna happen with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a bit delusional. I agree.
Yeah.
The fact that both of us, we come from abroad, like arriving in Australia. So we arrive in this country knowing no one. Personally, I arrived by myself here. I knew no one in Australia. But today, I have a freaking tribe, and I love like the support system that I have around, and my girlfriends. How did it work for you?
Again, I never even gave it a thought. I've never gave it a thought. I didn't know anybody in Sydney. But when I got here, I knew Lily, who I worked with her in London before. We caught up and I was smoking at the time, so she used to live down the road, and I lived in Bondi. And we'll catch up, cigarette, go to the beach. But it was fairly short because she moved out of Bondi quite quickly. Oh, actually, but we went to do farm work, so we kind of stopped seeing
Did you do farm work?
on record. Yes, but yes, I did do farm work. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't think about it, but I just knew that I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like
Yeah.
I really didn't think about it. And at that time, I was also in that traveler's mindset. So staying in, well, before I got here, I was in China for 5 days. I was in hostels, meeting different people, doing different things. So friendship in the beginning was really like that. I wasn't, it's funny because I lived in this backpacker's house, and there was this girl, my friend Mel, and she was always like, "Oh, the family is the family." I wasn't like, I love the backpackers house because people were coming in and going, like they'll stay for 1 month, they were coming in and going all the time, and I love that flow of
Yeah.
people at the beginning.
Oh my God.
I
I had
absolutely,
exactly the same.
I never thought about friends, and then I lived with these three girls. I mean, I enjoyed living with them, but I wouldn't say that we were friends. I mean, we're still friends with each other on Facebook. We're friends, but not really. We weren't even friends living together. We would hang out sometime. We'll go for walks. We might go cinema. We'll go for dinner sometime, but I wouldn't say we were friends.
Okay, so what makes you call someone a friend?
When you have that deep connection with with this particular friend, all she wanted to talk about was boys, and I was just like, "Oh my God, I feel like I'm 15 again." It was so boring. Like all she wanted to do was just dissect the mad boy issue. She was a bit of a late bloomer, you know. She was still a virgin until she was like 30 or something like that. So I get it. It was quite normal for her. She wanted to really dissect. It reminded me of my teenage years. That's what we did. Like, what is he thinking? And he wrote me this, and I was like, oh God, like this is so boring.
For me, that was it. Actually, was similar. Like for 8 months, I lived in a hostel, and I think it was because of that, because I loved it. And
Yeah.
like remember, like I'm an extrovert, so I draw my energy from people, and having this flow of constant new people telling you like they're on their world tour,
Yeah.
and different type of people. It was a really good hostel, so we had family coming in as well, different type of age, so not always young people. Like I would have a lot of, because I was like 26, 27 when I arrived in Australia.
Yeah.
So I would have a lot of people like 30 plus, so I could like have some meaningful connection. And I loved it to the point that I remember when I left the hostel, I cried, and then like some of my friends were like, "Laura, come on."
Yeah.
You're going on the other suburb. Like, come on. Like, you can
Yeah.
always come back. And I met, and through my housemate, I actually met a lot of people. Like, what was beautiful about being in Sydney is that there's a lot of people like you, a lot of immigrants, foreigners that don't know anyone. They just they crave for connection. And we're so far away from family. The friend that you meet, they become your family.
Do you know what exactly? See, that's the sentiment I don't have, because do you know what, one thing that I never felt, it was that I was far away from anything.
Hey,
And I
20,000 kilometers away, one
No.
day of traveling,
No,
and you don't think that?
no, because I felt absolutely I was here. So I never thought like I'm away from anything. I just thought I'm here.
Yeah, but by being here, you're not close to family. I don't know. Like me, I'm really close to my family. So I
Yeah.
would, like in France, I
No,
remember.
I think as you were saying it, I think I just realized something. Maybe I might be an out of sight, out of mind person, and that's not completely true.
What does that mean? Out of sight, out of mind.
Like if I'm not with you, then I don't know if you even exist for real.
Hey. Hey, that's another load. No, like I'm so close to my sisters, to my
No,
brothers,
I'm
and
just
my
realizing
mom.
this because I have a friend of mine, Sine. If you're listening, Sine, you get a mention. Like she's Australian, South African Australian, and she lived with me when she did a year in London. We met for work, and then and I proposed that she come and live with me. She lived with me, and we were having fun. Like she's a vibe. Like, and when she moved back to Australia, and I really didn't want her to move because she was a vibe. Yeah, so when she went back home, she would always try to call me on my house phone. I had a landline, and it was like, and I used to feel so bad because she was like, "You're not even."
Oh.
Like it was just like she wasn't there. Like so,
Ah,
I
okay,
was just
out
like,
of sight, out of mind.
yeah,
Now I
like it was just
understand.
like, and my friend, one of my friend was like, "Did you even get on with her? Like, why are you?" I said, "I don't know, honestly." And I feel so bad when she's like, "Why do you not call me? Why?" And I'm just like, I want to call you, but honestly, like it was, and it's not like with like any of my friends. When I talk about them, I do have the glee when I talk, like they're in my memory, that they live in my
Yeah, I
memory.
can even see on your body language that's like, like talking about her, you have like a full smile.
Yeah, yeah. I still have a glee about them and whatever. Like they're still on the phone like that. That's why when people say they have long distance relationship, if you're not here, I don't. If I'm not seeing you, I don't know that you exist.
Hey, Mama Nangai. No, I'm the opposite. But my best friend, we had like quite early on, like we had a long distance friendship.
Yeah.
Like she went to live in Spain, and then after in the UK, and then in the US, and then I went like I left Paris, and then I went to the US, and then after I went to Australia. So we never been in the same city, but we've been able to like carry on this friendship. And I think because of that, I have no issue having friends like even that are out. My ex housemate Mathilde, mentioned for you, Mathilde. We were living together in Australia. And I remember when she left, like everyone was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna miss her. Like it's gonna be so hard." And I'm like, "Girl, I don't know. Like I know I can still talk to her. I can
Yeah,
still
yeah,
know who she is,
yeah,
and we're still really close.
yeah.
Like now that she's in Belgium or like traveling around, like in Spain, I know I can still have this relationship. I can still like people will ask me how she is. I will have maybe a month like
Where
a
you're not
gap
in.
where I don't know, but I will know what's happening with life with her. Like
Yeah.
and like, but because I know I'm gonna make this effort.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
Look, I speak to my friend Nadia. I speak to her, but she's also busy. So we only speak in that little short time that she walks to the train station to get to work. And then when she gets off the train to get to work, that's the times that we'll have to speak. But she's got a baby now. She's even more busy. And she's one of those ones that likes to fill her fucking free time with a plan. So it's hard to really get her on the well, it's not that hard to get on the phone. And she's quite reliable, actually, I have to say. She's really, really reliable and very trustworthy friend.
I think like also, like me, I love the voice note. Now with my friend, this is gonna sound really bad, but with my friend, we left like 10-20 minutes voice note.
Hey!
Oh, like
It's so
like
funny. One of my friends, he left a voice note for me and text and a paragraph of text, and I had to call her. I said, I'm not reading that, and I'm not listening to that. So can you
why?
just tell me in 2 minutes what it is that we're doing? 'Cause I tried to read the message. My eyes were going like crossing because I was just like, this way is overloaded with information that I don't think is necessary. So I don't want to do that. And because it was also in the middle of clients, I was like, I'm just calling you so you can tell me what is it that we're
But
doing.
this is what I like about messaging or like voice note is that I can go my own time. Like even friends that I have here in Australia, like we always have like so many voice note. We always take 1 week to reply to each other. And that works. Like you don't like while like on a phone call, like sometimes it's really hard, especially when they are overseas to have to find the right time
Yeah,
frame to
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
It's quite hard.
Yeah.
So like for me, like voice note are the best. So it works very well because you can just catch up and see where you are. Just to go back between like the arriving abroad and then like meeting your tribe and then like building your tribe, for me definitely it feels like family because those are the people I celebrate Christmas with, like when I'm not in
No,
France.
it
Those are
does
the,
have a family feel to it. It does
the
have it. It does. It's not. I'm not
yeah.
saying that it doesn't feel like family. It does have a family feel to it. I don't know. Maybe I just never. Because even with my own family, I'm not really.
Yeah, maybe
I'm not really like
but that's
that.
what I said at the beginning.
Yeah, but it's so weird. I don't know why I'm not like that because I grew up in a very big family. I have like seven aunties, one uncle, more than seven aunties because all of their cousins lived in the same house too. So I grew up in a very big family, and I was the first grandchild that was born. So like this regimented phone calls that my auntie yesterday, I spoke to her, she was like, yes, like we should be calling each other regularly. And I was like, okay, all right, see ya, say hi to Jordan for me, whatever. Bye. Because it's not what's happening in a moment. But if it's just like a catch up for the sake of catching up,
No, like it's organic. You need to talk to
no,
those
but yeah, but
people or
she'll be
you
like,
want
you
to
should
talk to.
call us, you should call us regularly, so we should have this, which I find very difficult to do. I'm not, but I think of them all the time. Like I think of people all the time, and I when I think about them, I smile. When I tell their story, I smile. Even the friends I don't talk to anymore, I don't even speak bad about them. Like every time I think about them, I think all of the like the funny stories because everybody just lives in your head. All right, so we come to the end of the circle. If you liked anything that we discussed today, please let us know in the comment section. Do like and subscribe and share it to a friend if this was something that you enjoyed today. Otherwise, join us next week for a new circle. Have a great week.
Have a great week.